Hi everyone, welcome to my latest project video. So in this one I'll be showing the making of this entrance set here, this bespoke, stupidly colourful entrance set that I've made for my client. So this is a front door entrance set. We have a pair of door panels and then a matching transom window for above. So here on the computer screen here, this is the final design. This is the mock-up that I've made for my client on the computer screen. So this is what I'll be working to throughout this project. And then here on the bench, these are some of the colours, the bright sort of colours that I'll be using in this project. So yeah, as you can see, super duper colourful. And then we have these streaky glasses as well with the purples and the orange and the streaky pink there and this sort of greeny blue. So it's going to look fantastic. And so straight into the glass cutting here. And besides the super colourful glasses that I'm using on this project, all the background glass, the clear textured glasses that I'm using on this, I'm using lots of heavily textured interesting glasses as well, like this one here, this piece of sort of granity glass. Basically the brief off the client is to make them sort of super stand out. We want these windows to really pop, so I get to use all the really interesting glasses on this one. I wanted to show some of the cutting up of these streaky glasses here. And this is a great opportunity to show my little strip cutter off here to cut these little squares. So you can see how useful it is as a tool for this part. All these little squares here, all these little coloured squares that I've cut remind me of a little bag of sweeties or a candy if you're in the States, although I wouldn't want to be eating them. And here I'll show a little bit of glass cutting, or the way that I go about cutting these petals here. So the petals in the centre of the motif, I'm cutting these out of this quite heavily textured reproduction Flemish glass. So that's the glass of choice for this little section here, and then this is the pattern that I go about. This is the order I go about scoring it and then breaking it out, and which pieces of glass I break out first. And once I've broken the shape out with my fingers, with my hands, then I'll use my grazing pliers here just to tidy the edge up, just to give it a little bit of a nibble, and just tidy that edge up. I have mentioned before in my videos that my stock of roundels, so these here, these circular roundels, I'm running very low on them now. I do have quite a few of these turquoise ones though. These are what I've got left in my turquoise stock. So this is a great opportunity to use some of those turquoise up in this project. The kind of the perfect colour for this set of windows. And I did need to make these roundels a little bit smaller to use in this project, so I had to trim them down a little bit to fit and make them work with the design that I've made. So that's all the glass pieces cut now and laid out on the bench here, and now it's time to lead all those pieces together. This project will be fitted in the traditional single glazed method, which means I'll be using this lead here. So this is a standard 1/2 inch flat lead that I use around the outer edge whenever I'm making windows that will be fitted in the single glazed method. So that's the outer edging, is this nice chunky thick lead that runs around the outside. And then the rest of the lead that I've used on the lead came that I've used on this project, the rest of the lead is a 1/4 inch round profile lead came. That's the standard sort of lead that I use on this type of Victorian design. This is very much a traditional Victorian design. It is the colours that we've changed on this one. It's a super duper colourful. They're not normally this wild with the colours. They're normally much more traditional, so like a red border or a blue border, that type of thing. Whereas this one, we have gone to town on the colours. Here on the left hand side of the screen, this is a mock-up that I've made of the the stained glass windows fitted into a door. So this is how the entrance set will look when it's fitted. The green paint that my client's choosing, it won't be this shade of green, it will be a much darker shade of green. They really want the glass to be the highlight of the door and sort of super stand out. So it's going to be a very dark green, almost a black green, I think it is. And now it's that part in the video where I'm just going to be quiet for a bit now, stop waffling on, and just show a little bit of the leading process and how I go about building these windows. So there you go, that's the first half of the window leaded together. So this transom window, that's the first half of it leaded. The second half is very much the same as the first half, yes, as this is a mirrored image, so it shows it's the same sort of thing again repeated on the other side. I'm not going to show all of that process as well. I'm now going to go into the fluxing and soldering of the window. So that's basically where I solder all those joints together, so that basically will hold all of the lead pieces in position, stop them from moving around before the cementing process, and that's what I'll go into now. So there we go. Now all of those joints have been soldered, and that's on both sides of the window, and it's all three windows have now been made, so it's now time ready for the cementing process. So I move over to the dirty area, and I give the windows a little bit of a wibble, sort of a little bit of a wibble wobble there on the bench, just to show you guys that all those glass pieces are very, very loose inside the lead came, and that's why I apply this stuff here. So this is a very specialist lead light cement, and I force this stuff, this black goo, I force it into the gap between the glass pieces and the lead came, and this is what gives the window its strength. This stuff will set, it will harden, it will firm up, and this is what will make the window waterproof, and will make it super duper strong once it hardens as well. And this is a very slow process of drying out that will happen now over the next few days. And now we have jumped forwards a few days, so we've used our special magic time machine and we've gone forwards a couple of days, and the cement has started to harden out now. It's started to dry out. It's not set absolutely solid, but it's set stiff enough that I can start to remove it with my little pickers here. So I'm using my little picking sticks to remove the excess dried cement before I can start the cleaning and polishing process. And for the cleaning and polishing, I have lots and lots of different sort of bristled brushes, with different stiffnesses of brushes. And I start off with my more stiffer brushes to start with. So these are brushes that don't scratch the surface of the glass, but they do remove the excess dried cement before I can start using softer brushes, which will start to polish up the lead came. And here I'm applying this stuff here. So before the final polish, I apply this black grate polish or this black stove polish. Either will do. It's basically a metal polish. Now this isn't a shoe polish. I have been asked if I'm just using shoe polish. It's not just shoe polish. It is a metal polish, and that's what will give the black kit, the lead came, its gorgeous sort of gunmetal grey, almost black finish. I apply this stuff here, and then it's lots and lots and lots of polishing, lots of elbow grease to sort of get that lead to really shine up and really give it that gorgeous blackened finish. After many, many weeks of work, so many hours in the workshop with all the design time and then the glass cutting and the leading and the soldering and all the cleaning process, the project is now complete and ready for collection. So let me know what you think about this project in the comment section, guys. There's a lot of work gone into this one. It's probably one of my favourites that I've made in a long time, as I really do like the unusual colours that I used in this project. So let me know what you think. And when the client sends me over photographs of it fitted, I'll be showing those on my social media. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next time.